we're recording.
So find your way onto your mat. And lay down on your back. Let your shoulders just melt down to the floor. Your legs can be straight or they can be bent. Maybe your hands rest on your belly. Maybe you feel yourself breathe. Right, we just start to find our center on our mat. You start to let go of everything that's already happened this morning or yesterday or later. Then we tap into the present moment, this very now moment where we feel our bodies on the mat, we feel our breath moving in and out. It's almost like a restful attention. We're staying aware, we're staying alert, but we're doing so in a way that's more of an observer than it is an active participant. We watch the breath, we feel our body. Maybe we scan from head to toe just to see what's happening. Where do we feel discomfort or comfort? We feel the shoulders moving a little bit closer to the floor. Good, one more nice attentive breath right here. And then bring your right knee to your chest and straighten your left leg if the knee is bent. Take your hands right behind your knee, interlaced fingers. And just draw the knee in as deep as it'll go for you comfortably, and then push it away until your arms are as straight as they can be, but you're staying down on the floor. Good, and then inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it away. Good, 3 more right here. Just bring it in and push it away. Good, 2 more. There you go. And last one. Push, push, push. Hold it right there. Draw the shoulders down toward the floor, not down toward your knee. So press them down, press them down. Start to squeeze the belly, and then start to engage the left leg. Even though you're not lifting it, start to feel the hip, the glute, the leg muscles really start to engage. Push the left heel into the floor without hyperextending your knee. So you're pushing down instead of up. Really squeeze the belly. And let go. Bring your right knee to your chest. And straighten that leg all the way down to the floor. Your left knee comes to chest. Your hands are underneath your knee. Interlace softly. And again here, bring the left knee to chest. And then push it away. Good, and bring it in. And push. Arms are as straight as they can go. Inhale it in. And exhale, push that heel away. 2 more. And out. Good, and last one, bring it in. And push it out and hold it out. Shoulders are staying down. And then again, see if you can press the shoulders to the mat. You're going to feel this activation in the back shoulders, the back body. The belly squeezes. And all of a sudden the right leg gets super active, the glute, the hip, the leg. Now push your heel, the right heel, into the floor and feel everything working. It's really an interesting thing, I think. And release, let go, both knees to chest. Keep your right leg in, stretch your left leg nice and long. Hands are behind your knee again. Straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. And then bend it. Good. And again, straighten it up as straight as it'll go. And bend. Straighten it, point your toes. And flex your foot, bend your knee. 2 more. Straighten and point. And flex and bend. Good. Last one. Point it, point it, point it. Really stretch. And flex and bring it in. And then push that knee away from you, just like we did before. Engage the whole left side of your body. This time, lift the left leg off the floor. So a couple of inches off the floor. If for any reason this is really challenging, just keep it down and push the heel down. Squeeze the belly. Inhale right here. Exhale, lift your upper body and keep pushing your right leg away so that you don't lose your grip. And exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Keep the left leg lifted. Here we go again. Push the right knee, right foot away from you. Curl your upper body. And exhale, bring it in. 3 more. Push it away. Really breathe. Belly tone. Your chin stays tucked. And exhale, release to the floor. 2 more to go. Push, push, push. And release. There's active right leg. Good. Lift and push. You're really trying to push that leg out of your hands. And exhale. Last one. Here we go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Really reach. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. And bring it all the way in. Bring your left knee to chest. And straighten your right leg. Fingers are behind your left knee. Simply straighten the left leg toward the ceiling and bend it back. Good. And again, baby point the toes. Flex your heel or your foot as you bring it back down. And lift and point. Flex it down. 2 more. Lift, really stretch. See how much extension you can get through that leg. And last one, reach it. And bend it. And then push your left leg away. Draw the shoulders not down so hard, but to the floor. So not down away from you. Down toward the floor. Breathe. And then really reach. Lift your right leg. Maybe you're going to hang out right here. That's enough. Get the right leg fired up. Inhale first. Exhale. Push the left leg away as you curl it in. And inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, push it away, push, push, push. And inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, push that leg away from you. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale, push, really reach, stretch it out. And release, bring that knee to chest. Bring your right leg to chest. Straighten both legs to the floor, both legs. Good, and then walk your feet to the right corner edge of your mat. And notice, start there, and just notice, make sure your left hip is staying down, equal with your right hip. If that feels okay, shimmy your shoulders toward the right edge of your mat. You're creating this little angle, this little banana shape. As you start to breathe, your right arm comes down, your left arm goes overhead. Find a comfortable way for that arm shoulder to be. It can be more out to the side. You're just looking for a stretch from your left ankle to your left armpit, maybe left fingers. And then check the hips. Make sure the left hip isn't reaching up off the floor. If that still feels marvelous, cross your left ankle on top of your right or over your right. And just pause. I want you to feel the stretch here. You're equal on your hips, so I feel myself pretty centered on my sacrum, close to the tailbone here. As I take a deep breath, I feel this nice stretch along the left side of my body. Just breathe. Couple more right here. This can be really subtle. If it hurts to cross the ankles, if it feels funky in your hips or near the SI joints, then make sure you're not crossing. There you go. And release the ankle. Release the arms, shimmy your shoulders back to the center, walk your feet back to the center. Bring both knees to chest. Just stretch it out and then straighten both legs to the floor and go to the other side. So you're bringing your feet to the left edge of your mat and pause. Sometimes we go so quick into the poses that you don't know what's happening in between. If that feels okay, walk the shoulders over and then check it out again. The right arm goes overhead in any comfortable way. Left arm's down to your side. Close your eyes and embrace your inner banana. Breathe. If that still feels okay, cross your right ankle over your left. Notice that stretch, right? Where we keep some of this tension. Is it more, do you feel this side more than the other side? Do you notice the psoas, that deep inner core muscle stretching through the center of the belly? Just breathe. See if you can lengthen without stressing, if that makes sense for you. It's almost a settling down instead of a reaching and pulling. That's it. And then come out the way you came in. Let the ankles go first. Let the arm go second. Shimmy your shoulders back to the center. Walk your feet back to the center. Bend both knees. Yep, maybe do some nice little knee circles there. It's a really interesting pose, I think. Has more to it than what first appears. Good, keep your left knee to chest, straighten your right leg down to the floor. And I want you to come into just a little modified, almost like you were gonna do figure four. So take your right hand to your left leg, anywhere really. I'm grabbing my left ankle. You can grab outside, you can grab under. I think under is easier. And then I just want you to rock side to side as if you were gonna bring your heel all the way to the floor, but don't go that far. Don't, it's less rock and more stretch of the outer left hip. It's almost as if somebody was pulling your leg, right, over to the side. Keep your knee bent. This isn't a straight leg pose. I want you to keep the knee bent. As you rock side to side, maybe you feel the stretch and you pause for a second and then bring it back and open. Good, couple more rocks here. Just see if you can tap into a stretch of those external rotators, the outer hip on the left side. And the next time the leg comes over, go ahead over to the right side and let your left foot come to the floor in any way. It doesn't have to be beautiful, straight. It can be crooked as long as there's no pain. Take the left arm out to the left. Draw the left shoulder to the floor. There you go. No pain, no strain, right? We're just seeing if we can find a stretch. And then ever so subtly, see if you can just press your left knee out toward the center of the room a little bit. I mean, for me, it's maybe a quarter of an inch. It's that subtle. Big deep breath. Find your pose. There you go. And then release that little press. Bring the ankle back up. Bend your right knee and then come into a true figure four. Nice flex of your left foot. Your left knee moves out to the left, your right knee comes in, and then super easy here, I just want you to rock up and back. So you're bringing the knees a little bit closer and you're letting them move away. And again here, you probably don't need hands at all, so if you can let go of the hands and just let the hips do the rocking, that's perfect. You're rocking forward and back. There's some engagement with your belly. If you feel up for it, let the right heel tap the floor. Keep the figure of your figure four. Don't let that go. But then just tap it down and squeeze it back up. Good, you got it. Just a few more here. These are some really nice, easy kind of hip opener, hip releases. One more right here. Bring the knees to chest. Hold on to your left foot, straighten your right leg all the way to the floor. Little floating figure four here. And then release it, take the left leg straight up to the sky. Ooh. Good, arms come out in cactus position. Be mindful here, you might want to bend your knee, this might be a lot. Slowly, slowly, slowly take the left leg straight out to the side and across the right. Nice and slow. Big deep breath. If a straight leg is way too much, bend your knee. See if you can just coax your left shoulder toward the floor. It doesn't have to touch. If you feel any strain, take the arm down toward the side body instead of out to the side. Big deep breath. Maybe the head turns to the left. And then where that leg is, that left leg, bend the knee, reach it back up, and push it down to the floor. Beautiful. I know, right? Good, shake it out, everybody. Ooh, and then let's do the other side. So your left leg stays straight, your right leg bends, and then you externally rotate it, which means your right heel is coming in toward the center of your body. Hold on to it in whatever way feels right with your left hand. Right side body, nice and comfortable, and then do that rocking. Just subtle, as if you were going to touch your heel to the floor without actually bringing it over that far. You'll find, if you don't find that little stretch, I'll be curious because I've been playing with this and it actually feels really good. Like it's like, oh yeah, there's a sweet little stretch in there. If you can find it, there's a little tone to your belly. Not doing a whole lot there. One side you might notice tighter than the other side. Good, next time that leg comes over, just let that heel come all the way to the floor and breathe. And notice, how does it feel on that side? If it's too much, take the heel off or lift the heel off the floor. Do something so that you're not straining through the hip. And then an ever so subtle press without your hand, just an isometric press of that right knee away from the floor. Good, nice, easy breath. Everything else should feel pretty relaxed. My left hand is holding on to my left ankle still, or my right ankle still, just so I have some support there. And let go of the press. Squeeze your belly. Bring that knee all the way up. Drive your left knee into the right ankle. Come into figure four. And do that same thing, rocking side to side. Or not side to side. Up and back. There you go. And just smile, right? Smile at these hips. It's interesting what makes them so tight. What I find for me, either I'm doing a lot of squatting and bending, which we've been doing a bit lately, or we're just sitting too much. And we're letting these muscles kind of freeze in place. So, good. Couple more right here. Breathe. And then hold that up, grab your right, stretch out your left leg, let it come to the floor, big stretcher, little floating pigeon or floating figure four. And then release it, let it straighten up, and then take it up to the ceiling. I'm gonna run out of room here so you'll know what to do. Just take that right leg all the way across and let it come to the floor. Whew. You might have a wall there that'll make a nice little pit stop. Just feel that stretch along that whole outer hip. Good, and then slowly bend the knee and take it all the way back up and release both legs nice and straight. Maybe stretch the arms overhead, really reach. And then exhale both knees to chest. Roll over to one side and come on up to a seat. Good. So find a way to sit that makes sense for you, cross-legged ideally, and if not cross-legged, then maybe legs are straight. Whatever you can do to make sure those hips and knees aren't bothering you here. Take your left hand out to the side, take the right arm straight up. Now notice the left arm, left shoulder, right, roll it back and down so that there is comfort there, you're not squeezing it up. And then take your right arm right next to your right ear. And start to come to the side and see how long you can maintain your right ear next to your right arm. And then press your right hip down. There you go. Notice any head, neck tension, right? Maybe rock it a little bit side to side. Maybe notice some of you are going to be able to come close to that elbow. Some of you are going to be able to come down to the elbow. But what I don't want you to lose is either the ear to arm. You're not touching. You're just keeping it next to each other. Or you're going to start to lift up in the head. And then start to round into a C, like a C pattern. Your right arm drops. Your elbow bends. Your right arm drops kind of over your head. And your elbow does the stretching instead of your fingers. Oh, yeah. And straighten the arm. Come on up. Notice your right side about 2 inches higher and longer than your left side. All right, right hand out to the side. Right shoulder rolls back. Elbow is nice and soft. Take your left arm up and just have your head and your arm pretty much in the same direction, right? And then start to come over. You might pause part way and notice, like, oh wow, what's that? You know, what's going on there? What happens if I reach my left ribs out to the left? What happens if I soften them in, right? What's the difference there between that big stretch and then that big contraction? And then maybe we come in a little bit deeper. Notice one side to the other. For me, this is always my tighter side. I cannot get my elbow to the floor without lifting. And then bend your elbow. Let your hand rest over your head. And let the elbow be the driver. So point that elbow up to the ceiling. Yep. Big deep breath, everybody. This is a whole lot of work. And stretch the arm, inhale it up. Ooh, yeah, feel both sides of your body. Inhale, both arms up. Interlace the hands, press them up to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Exhale, curl it all in. Inhale, reach up, reach up, reach up. Exhale, curl in. Good, 2 more. Reach up. Exhale, curl it in. And last one right here. Open up, exhale, curl, and reach up. Open up those arms, take your left hand back to the floor, take your right arm over, don't go as deep as you normally do, but notice the right shoulder, is it rolling forward to the front body? If it is, see if you can take it right to the side. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. I want you to 1, squeeze your belly. 2, press your right hip down. 3, lift your left arm to meet your right, so shoulder width apart. And inhale up. Woo, talk about side body. Release the right hand, come into a side bend, not as deep as your normal. Press your left hip into the floor, squeeze that belly in. Bring the right arm up to meet the left. Inhale, both up, good. One more, both sides. Take the left hand down, start your stretch, soften that shoulder. Bring the left arm over to meet it, good. Notice, take it centered, right hand down. Left arm over. Big deep breath. Take the right arm up to meet it. Square those shoulders. Don't let it roll forward. Take it center. And exhale it down. Ooh, yeah. Roll your shoulders. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so you're actually going to come back down, lay on your right hip. If you need some extra cushion on your mat for those hips, take a moment to get there. And then lay on your right side, bend the knees so that they are more at a, like almost like a 45-degree angle. If 90 was straight out in front of you, drop them down a little bit. And if you can, I want you to stay up on elbow. If your elbow hurts doing this, put a blanket or a pillow underneath that elbow. Now, where I want you to focus is that underside, that right side. Hips are squared. And I want you to just move those ribs away from the floor and drop them back down. Good. Inhale, squeeze them up and drop down. Couple more, squeeze it up. Your left hand can do whatever it wants. It can reach up with you and back down, right? Maybe one more, reach up. Exhale, reach down and stretch this side body. Now I want you to shrug your shoulder. I really want you to let that shoulder come up toward your ear and feel maybe a little different stretch. And then push it away. One more here. Just shrug your shoulder and lift up. Good. Take your left hand on the mat, lift up, and see if you can sit upright with your arms straight or straight-ish. Okay, so a little deeper stretch on this side body. You're still leaning on the hips. Don't roll back, don't roll forward, keep it centered. And then shrug the shoulder up, and then push it away. And shrug it up, and push it away. Good, one more right here. Shrug, and push it away, and then just let the ribs come toward the floor. So you're keeping the shoulder from reaching up to the ear. You're just stretching your side body. Big deep breath, and lift up, and come all the way down. Cushion your head any way that you want. You can stay on low elbow. You can drop your head down to release that side of your neck. Your knees are where they were before. Take the top leg straight out. If you were in class last week, we did this last week. We're going to stay with these for a little while. So squeeze in your belly. Keep your toes pointing the same way. Keep your top leg over your bottom leg. So don't let it come forward. Don't let it go back. And lift. Now, how high you lift is totally up to your hips, right? And your strength. Don't lift so high that you start to rock. Good, that's 3. And down. 4. Find that line. Notice if your leg is squirrely, right? If it wants to come forward. If the toes want to rotate up, that's 5. And squeeze up and down. 6. And 7, whoo, yeah, and 8, there's a pause at the top, and 9, good, last one here, and 10, and bring it down. While those knees are in that position, let's put knee and ankle on top of each other in just 10 little clams here. So lift up, notice if you're rocking the hips, and down, lift, 4, 5, 6, 7, ooh yeah, 8, anybody feel these yet? 9, and 10, let's do reverse clams. Take the ankle away from the other ankle, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. If this is too much, pause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, good. Now, take those knees up to 90 degrees. Remember, if your neck's feeling cranky, just drop it down so you're not straining there. Good, top leg comes straight out over the bottom leg, and that's your line. That's where you want to stay. Toes are pointing in that direction the whole time. Lift up, same thing. Don't roll back and down. For 2, down, 3, down. Yep, you got it. 4 and 5. Notice that outer hip. 6, 7. You got it. 8. Woo. And 9. And 10. That 10 plus that leg gets heavy. Bend your knees and release. Ooh, yeah. Outer hip, outer hip, outer hip. Good, and then from this side position, see if you can press up, lift up, lift up, lift up, and release, and come to the other side. It's beautiful. Oh. All right, so you're starting down on your forearm. Make sure it feels okay, forearm to shoulder, line it up, or forearm or elbow to shoulder, lining up nice. And then we're playing with this underside again. Your knees are at that weird 45. Good, so drop the ribs to the floor and pull them up. And drop down. Good, and pull up. Maybe you add the arm, bring it down. Pull the arm up. Exhale, squeeze the elbow back. And up. Good. And just one more here. Reach it up and draw it down. And then release the right hand wherever you want it to. Shrug the shoulder up slowly. And then push the shoulder away. And shrug it up to your ear. And push. 3 more. Squeeze it up. And push it away. Squeeze up. Push, maybe one more right here. Squeeze and push up. And then feel those ribs heavy. Notice if you're starting to roll forward. Keep it sideways. And then use your right hand to help you press up. Come into your left hand. The shoulder is staying down. And you're reaching in. You're just stretching through the side of your left body, right? And then let your shoulder shrug up and push it away. Just one more here. Let it shrug up and push it away. And then let those ribs be heavy. Just drop them down into the floor. Feel that stretch if you can. And let go. Come all the way down to the floor. Again, cushioning the head as much as you need to. Those knees are bent at that 45-degree angle. Take the top leg and stretch it out so it's smack on top of the other one. Toes are pointing forward. Don't externally rotate. Here we go for 10. Reach it up and down. Sometimes I might even I'll take my top arm's elbow to my hip bone just to rest it there to see if I'm starting to roll back, if that hip moves away from the elbow. There you go. We got 5 left. And 4. And 3. Just notice, right? How's it feel on this side? Is the leg getting heavier? And 2. And 1. Good. Rest it down. Good. Classic clamshells. Lift the knee, right? Don't rock the hips. And lift. 2, 3. See if you can feel the squeeze at the top. 4. Belly in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Reverse. Heel moves away, ankle moves away. 2, 3. See if you can feel the little squeeze. 4, right? Make it on purpose so you're not just doing it by rote. How many is that? I think 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Rest it down. And then take those knees right up to 90 degrees. Keep that chest lifted, right? Don't curl in. Straighten the top leg so that it's right in line with the bottom leg. Inhale for 10. Up. And slow down. Take it up. And 3. Squeeze your belly, everybody. 4. And 5. Woohoo! And 6. And 7. You got this. 8. Legs getting heavy. You can always bend the knee. 9. And 10. And let it go. Bend that knee. Ooh, yeah. Feel that outer hip. Good. Press up. See if you can stretch side body. And take it all the way up. Ooh. Nice. Take those legs out in front of you. Take the legs nice and wide, little windshield wiper legs. You're leaning back on your hands, but don't collapse your chest, don't collapse your belly. And windshield wiper. Just breathe. We're almost done here. That's it. Is it raining hard? Do you windshield wiper faster? Do you windshield wiper slower? Intermittent. Right? Can you go slow all the way over? Right. Good. Let the knees go to the left. Lift up on that left hand. Inhale the right arm and just stretch it across. Maybe tap the fingers. Inhale up and tap it back behind you. Just 4 more. Reach it forward. Reach it back. I want you to feel your twist. Feel the ribs, right? Feel the side body working with the obliques here. 1 more right here. Don't forget to breathe. Whew. Good. Reach that arm. Reach, reach, reach. Take those knees back up and go to the other side. Make sure that right arm is supporting you. And then reach over and reach back. There you go. Reach forward and back. Can you feel it in your ribs, right? It's here and back. 2 more. Reach and back. And last one. And reach big, big, big all the way back. Take those legs up. Straighten both legs, everybody. And find Dandasana. Stretch those legs out in front of you. Move the flesh out from the sit bones. Stretch those legs down to the floor. Press the big toe mounds out. Roll your shoulders back. Hands to the floor. Find your breath. Lift your left leg if you can. Breathe. I want you to bend the knee and tap to the right side. Bend it and open wide to the left. And tap. And open. And tap. And open. Good. Tap. Keep lift high. Lift higher. And tap. Last one. Lift that leg over and tap. Hold the tap. Lift up your chest. Bring that knee in. Stretch out this hip again. As the knee. So we're not even twisting here. As we draw that left knee into her chest, we get a nice little stretch through that hip. Good. And release it. Straighten it out. Find that seat again. Find Dandasana again. Lift your right leg. Hold. Try not to collapse your chest. Good. And then same thing. Bend the knee. Tap across left. Open it wide. I want you to really lift that leg. And over. Bring it up. Whew. And over. And 4. And over. Last one. 5. And over. Good. And then step over and hold. Plant that foot. Lift your chest. Wrap those arms around. And give that knee a little snug toward the left shoulder. Keep the left leg nice and active. Big deep breath. Good. And release it. Nice job, everybody. And let's come to table pose. So, table pose, right? As we start to get ourselves oriented here. In fact, do me a favor, go ahead and grab your blocks. If you have blocks, grab your blocks and place them on your mat. Place your hands on your mat. Keep your left leg where it is, but kickstand the foot out to the left side. And then straighten your right leg so that your knee, your left knee, and your right heel or right arch kind of line up. And then the hand that's on the left block, I want you to just kind of line it up with your shoulder. It's going to be slightly forward of your shoulder, but in line with it so it's not out to the left too much. And then roll your side body. Keep your back foot, your right leg planted. And then notice those ribs again, right? Are we overlifting the top side? Can we level out both sides? Take the right arm up. Squeeze the belly in and take that arm over your ear. Notice if your right shoulder is rolling forward. Bend the arm, let that arm drape over your head, and then let the elbow stretch your side body. Keep your right foot planted, and then squeeze it up, straighten the right arm again. One more here. Just drape your hand, press and reach through your elbow, squeeze it up, reach the arm, hold the arm here. Really establish a firm line with your left hand to your left shoulder. Maybe lift your leg off the floor and breathe. And then take your right arm over your ear. Keep your head in your ear lined up. Reach with the right heel. Squeeze the belly in. That's it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Look at that block that's on the floor or look at the floor. Take your right hand to the block. Turn your knees so that now you're in la 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 table pose. Left arm out. Tricky, right? That was a cool move, don't you think? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Squeeze. Find that belly. And let the hand go, let the arm go. Oh, maybe find a little child's pose here. Oh, that was fun. You say so. All right, so come on up. It's too early to rest too long. So same thing, hands come to your blocks are on nice and low. Your right knee stays down, but kickstand the right foot out to the right. And then straighten the left leg so you're on that foot, your pinky side presses down. Look at your alignment. Your right hand is right in line with your right shoulder, but forward of your shoulder. And then turn your body to the side. I'm going to try to stay same side here so you can see what's happening. Nice length through the tailbone. Press into your right or your long leg, your left foot. Take the left arm up. Get it straight, Mary. Breathe, everybody. And then reach the arm over your head and let the elbow do the reach. Stretch it out. And then release, ribs get a little more even, the arm comes up. And again, elbow bend, the elbow does the stretch. Bring it up and stretch. Tuck that belly, lift the leg when you're ready. Find that pose, see if that leg, that long leg can go straight out from the hip, both hips pressing forward. Take the top arm over your ear and breathe, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then look down at your other block. Bring the hand to that block. Just pivot on your knee. Woo. Level out the hips, right arm out. Balancing table. And breathe. Belly squeeze, tailbone long. Find your breath. And release that hand down. Release the knee down. Listen up. If your blocks are on low, They shouldn't slip or slide. If they're not feeling slippy, leave them there and come to downward facing dog. If you're feeling slippy, then take your hands off your blocks. Good, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then look at your blocks. Step forward, left leg. Step forward, right leg. Move those lovely blocks out of the way. Come into a forward fold. Maybe shake the hips side to side. Bend your knees. Come on up, everybody. Oh, good. Roll your shoulders. Shake out your hips. Be free. Be free. All right, lordy, lordy. Good. You're going to need one block, so grab one block. Bring it to the front or bring it to the side of your mat. You're going to go sideways or step wide, whichever works best for you. So just check your feet. As soon as you go wide, check your feet. Take them out slightly angled, but then notice, are they pretty much on a straight line, or is one back and one forward? Just kind of work that out and see what you see. Roll your shoulders, soften them down, and then take the arms up. Big active arms, maybe the pinky fingers come toward the front a little bit more, so the palms go to the back just a little bit more, opening up those shoulders. And then of course, bend your knees, bring the elbows down. And then start to play with your pose, even if you want to let the hands come down for now. Every time I come into goddess, often, not every time, but often, I'll just kind of wiggle in place a little bit, make sure my knees feel good, make sure that my ankles feel right. Maybe lift all your toes. See that, right? And then drop them back down. And then lift the chest as you drop the tailbone. Take the arms up, stand up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, slow down. Good, inhale it up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. One more, inhale it up. Exhale, squeeze right here, just hold. Hands come down, roll your shoulders, lean forward, grab one of your blocks, and take it down so that you're holding onto it with both hands right at the center. Shoulders are not falling forward. Good, inhale up, straighten the legs, arms up, block grab, drop down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, and exhale. Good, two more. And exhale, this is slow. Inhale, exhale, pause. Switch directions, up, down, and up, and down. Oh yeah, and three. Are you smiling? Are you breathing? Last one, down, and up, and down and hold. And just rock side to side. Good, come to the center, hold your pose. Everybody breathe. Now, my legs are burning, just so you know. So it's not just you. You can soften, right? You can come up any amount. You're just gonna push straight out and in. Keep the elbows in. 2 and 3. You got it. 4. Ow! 5. This feels good. Da 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 da. Come on, we're almost there. 8 and 9. Woo! And 10. And stand up. Wow! Shake it out. Drop your block. We got just one more, roughly one more here. So I want you to bend those knees. Take your left forearm to your left thigh. Take your right arm over your ear. Keep your right ear, right arm close to each other. Squeeze the belly in. All right, here's where it gets tricky. 1, drop your left hand down to the center. And breathe. Take the left arm to meet the right. It's shoulder width apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up. Goddess pose down. Right forearm to right thigh, left arm overhead. Breathe. Both of these are hard. Release the left hand, right? So now you gotta work that side body. Take the left arm up so it mirrors the right. And take it center. Stand up. Release those arms. Roll it out. Can we do one more there? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Arms up, everybody. Exhale, come on down. Woo. Good, left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm overhead so it matches your ear. Breathe, squeeze the belly in. 1, let the left arm hang. 2, take it up. Breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, center. And right forearm down, left arm reaches. Breathe, let that right arm hang. There's your stabilization. Take the arm up, there's your strength. Ooh, center and straight up and let go. Wow, we walk those legs together. Oh, I feel that. That's a good one. Good, shake it out, everybody, roll it out. Come on up to the front of your mat. Your block will go back toward the front of your mat. Hang in there, Miss Betty. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Big deep breath, everybody. Soften the knees, step back, right leg. And then lower your right knee to the floor. If you have your blocks, grab your blocks, second level, and just let your hands rest. Good, make sure you're not on your kneecap. You're above the kneecap toward, toward that thigh muscle. Squeeze your belly. If you can, bend your back leg. And let it go. And squeeze up. Cramp. If you cramp, lift that leg, by the way. Lift the knee and it'll get that cramp out. Good. Squeeze it. And let go. One more. Squeeze, hold. Reach the left arm out. Reach it up. Twist, twist, twist. Reach it back. Don't worry about your foot. If it's there, grab it. If it isn't, don't. Breathe. Stretching that quad. Good. See if you can release the arm. Take it back to your block. And then release the leg. And lift that knee. Big deep breath. Good, listen up. Every time I say listen up, you know something's coming. All right, your back foot, side position. Warrior 2. Left hand to the left knee, push up. Warrior 2. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm over the ear. Extended side angle. Watch your alignment. Push into your back leg. We're just going to do this one time. Lucky to say, right? 1, stay here. 2, drop the left arm. Here we are. Stabilization. Take the arm overhead. Woo, strength. Take it up. And release. Nice job, everybody. Roll it out. Heel, toe, your cute little feet. Back to the center, shake it out. Everybody doing the dance? Da 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 da. Yeah. Why is that sound in my head? Gotta do something, right? All right. Front of your mat, blocks to the front of your mat. Hang in there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Forward fold never felt so good. Soften your knees. Let's get the right side. Step back, left leg. And then lower that knee to the floor. And just widen that lunge enough so that you're not smack on top of your kneecap. And I should have said this on the other side, but if this hurts your knee, come on off your knee or change your position or cushion it somehow, some way. Your hands are on the blocks, but don't dump in. Like, don't like, you know, try to stay lifted, belly squeeze. And let's bend that back leg for 5. Here we go. Squeeze it in and down. Squeeze, down. Good. Squeeze it up and down. Squeeze it up, oh, and down. Last time, squeeze and down. I know I should have held that one. Squeeze it up. Hold right here. Your left hand stays on your block. The right arm reaches forward. Try to squeeze that lovely hamstring. Take it up, really reach it back. Maybe that's all you do right there is just get this gorgeous little stretch. Otherwise, you find that foot and you work through that quadricep muscle. Ooh, nice deep breath, everyone. Try to keep the foot there, release the hand. Take it all the way back. Plant that foot. Lift your knee off the floor. Hold, squeeze your belly. Drop your back foot to the side position. Adjust your pose. Front heel to back heel. Take your right hand to your knee. Push up. Warrior 2. Smile. It's all good. We got this, right? Take your front forearm to your front thigh. Breathe. Take your left arm overhead, mirror it with your ear. Squeeze your belly, lengthen your tailbone. 1, right here. 2, let that right arm straighten, drop down, hold, or take it over. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Exhale, straighten the legs. Good, nice wide leg forward fold right here. Nice, easy breath, everybody. Plant those hands, lift up. Heel toe those feet in. Soften both knees, come all the way up to standing and roll it out. Shake it out. Just set your blocks aside so that they're not a trip hazard. You're going to be right at the center of your mat or off your mat. We're just going to do a little bit of balance here. So stand up nice and tall. Feel those hips, right? They've been working. No doubt about it. All right, hands to hips, everybody. Roll the shoulders back and down. Don't over squeeze either way. Shift into your right foot. Take your right foot, or take your left foot up and just externally rotate, right? As if we were going to do a standing figure 4. And then straighten it and drop it down. Plant the feet. Shift into your left foot. Lift your right. Externally rotate. Breathe. Really stand strong in your left foot. Straighten it and drop it down. Choice number 1, that's your pose right there. And then we'll let go of the arms. Choice number 2, shift back into your right foot. Lift your left. Squeeze into that right hip. Externally rotate. And then land that foot or that ankle somewhere as if a standing figure 4, right? Now really reach into your standing leg. 1, stay there, raise the arms up, squeeze the belly. 2, hands back down, bend the knees, and come into a squat. Big deep breath. Some of you are going to come all the way down, hands to the floor, and straighten right leg. Breathe. And then wherever you are, if you're down low, bend your knee. You've got to lift your chest, squeeze your belly. Good, take your hands to your heart. Woo! Come on up. Oh yeah, love you. That's what I get for being on my nice thick mat. Oh, I was trying to show off. All right, shake it out, everybody. Wherever you went, where did you go with that? Did it feel okay, right? Hip work, belly work, side body work, it's all good. All right, let's go to the other side. Hands to hips. Shift into your left leg, lift your right. Maybe you hang out right there. Maybe externally rotate so that the heel goes toward the left. Notice one, either stay here, or two, land that ankle. Either stay here, arms up, or squat. Keep the chest staying high. Don't drop through the shoulders or the head. Some of you are going to go down low enough to touch the floor and straighten left leg. Breathe. And then bend your left knee, lift your chest. Hands to heart. See if you can stand all the way up. And let go. Good. Shake it out. And come on over to your mat. If you moved your mat out of the way, come on back. Good. Right to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Plant your hands, bend your knees. Just stretch it out. Don't collapse in the shoulders. All the way up on tippy toes. And then the heels a little closer to the floor. One, stay here. Two, come on out, down for a child's pose, that's enough. Three, lift your left leg. Open up your hips. So you're lifting the left hip away from the right. Bend your left knee. Lift that left knee. Stretch out the hips. Try to level out the weight in the shoulders. And slowly, purposefully release. Switch sides, right leg lifts. Straight leg opens that hip. Then bend the knee. Then lift the knee. Then square the shoulders. And release. Take it down. Lower your knees to the floor. Take those knees nice and wide on your mat, feet together, and come on down, child's pose. And while you're in child's pose, you might want to turn the palms face up and just curl your wrists. Good. And then come on up. And come on to your backs. Have a block nearby. Roll on down. Feet on the floor, just feel this for a moment. That was a pretty active class. We didn't take much in the way of breaks there. So just notice and then feel the shoulders press back to the floor. And breathe. Leave your left leg, your left foot on the floor. Bring your right knee to your chest. And then take that right leg into your version of half happy baby, but leave the left leg bent. So depending on your hip flexibility, either you're going to wrap your elbow around the outside and then behind your knee, and that's going to just help you kind of keep in the position, or you're going to grab your ankle, or maybe arm is inside the leg and you're grabbing big toe or outside foot, whatever feels best for you. Your left foot stays on the floor, but it's fluid, it moves, and then I want you to rock side to side. Just with that right leg, shifting and moving. And then bring the right thigh as close to or on the floor as you can. You're keeping the shape of the pose. You're now leaning on your right hip, your right thigh. If you're comfortable, I want you to straighten the left leg. If that's too much, keep it bent. Just breathe. Good. See if the left shoulder will come closer to the floor. And bend your left leg first. Bring your right leg up second. And release it straight to start. And then bend that knee. Keep your right one bent. Take the left leg in. Go to half happy baby on this side. And start to rock a little bit side to side. That's it. And the next time it's heading over to the left, let it keep on going. Maybe your thigh reaches the floor, maybe not. It's not that important. Only if you want, straighten the right leg. So that right front hip is wide open and we're stretching deep into the inner left hip of the left side. Breathe. Right shoulder comes toward the floor, no force. Big deep breath, everyone. Just a nice little stretch here. Nice big little stretch. Good, and then bend your right knee first. Put that foot back on the floor. Bring your left one back up. And release it straight. And then bend it. Both knees in. Both legs to happy baby, your version. Remember, you can keep your elbows behind your knees. Just maybe hold the hands or hold the fingers. It's a really nice, easy version of this pose so that you're not straining your shoulders. Now notice your back. We talked about this a little bit last week. I want you to come back down to the sacrum some so that you're not rounding all the way up. You're keeping that sacrum, that top line of the sacrum to the floor, and rock side to side. And just breathe. And then come to the middle and let your arms be heavy. You're not pulling anything. You're just letting them be heavy as we deepen this pose. Everything else softens. Shoulders heavy to the floor, hips heavy to the floor. Come back to your sacrum if you round it up. Good, and release, bring those knees together. Ooh, yeah. Good, and I didn't set something up, so I want you to do me a favor. If you've got a couple of blocks, roll over to your side to come up just long enough to grab both blocks. If you don't have blocks, but you happen to have a couple of pillows right there, maybe you grab your pillows. You're going to take the blocks on either side of your knees so that when you come into Baddha Konasana, your legs are fully supported. So there's a difference, right? If I'm down low, I barely feel those blocks. If I'm up a little bit higher, I feel them a lot more. So wherever you are, I want you to find that line and then lay back down and let your legs be fully supported by your blocks or your pillows. Maybe the blocks are underneath. I just shifted mine to kind of the mid thighs because it feels more supported there. And then your torso is so long, right? Just like move the shoulders away from the sacrum, small space behind the lower back. The arms can be anywhere you want. Maybe they're out in cactus pose. Maybe they're down at your sides. Maybe they're resting on your thighs, right? What feels good right now? But the legs are fully supported because sometimes when the knees are just hanging out there in Baddha Konasana, the strain of the inner thighs doesn't let us relax. And I want this to be a restorative, more relaxing pose. We just did a ton of work on those outer hips. So now we're letting them go, right? We're letting them soften in. Just breathe. Shoulders are nice and level. You're at the center back of your head. The chin is level. And you feel this soft, beautiful, life-giving breath moving through your body. And we let go. We let go of the fight, of the conflict. We stop picking on ourselves or picking on others, and we just embrace this overwhelming sense of compassion. Feel yourself soften. Feel the legs soften. If you feel blissfully happy here, blissfully happy, stay right there. If you would rather bring those knees together to straighten the legs to come into a more traditional Shavasana, go ahead and do that now. But stay with that peacefulness. Feeling the edges of your singular identity melting into the floor, melting into the pool of humanity. Be present. Be the observer here. Feel the compassion for yourself and for others grow. And then start to bring your attention back. Start to wiggle your toes, your fingers,